Hi guys, Adiatu here, Naturallyads on YouTube. So in today's video, I'm planning for the week beginning July 13th to the 19th. So as you can see, I've already put my base down. This week I'll be using a kit from Cozy Paper Co called Peaches, I believe. So this kit was supposed to come with foil, but it didn't. But I spoke about it in the haul and I was refunded. But I still wanted to use it, so to make up for the loss of the foil, I decided to use rose gold with this kit. So the bougie boxes are from Rose Colour Days. The solid rose gold headers are from Stella Bow Sticker Co, and then the rest of the header overlays are also from Rose Colour Days. The date dots also from Rose Colour Days, and I also have my own day extenders. And on some of the boxes where there was not foil already, I used rose gold overlays from Rose Colour Days. I think that's about it for the setup. So as usual, I've picked out my stickers for the week, and I'm going to let you guys go ahead and watch the day to day. Make sure you subscribe before you leave and turn on the bell to be notified every single time I upload. So on to Monday. So first of all, on Monday I used a rounded off quarter box and a Miss Moss teacher girl that I cut in half to note work, and I also used a work script from Simply a Mess, yes, just to note that. And then under that I used a squared off quarter box and a freebie from, I think it was a GP Studio kit, which is like a pencil pouch, pencil case with pens and stuff in it, to know I was doing some school display stuff. Then I used I think it was a fancy label, and then I used an emoji. I don't know how to describe this emoji, but I felt like it just was the best way to depict what I was about to depict, which was I missed my deadline for uni by a few hours, but it was okay. It was a planned miss, I guess. And then into the day extender, I used a glittered fancy label and a munchkin with like a knife and fork to note that I got KFC for lunch. And then I used a half box with a munchkin like organizing stickers or organizing something to note that I was organizing my new classroom and getting it ready for the new year. Then I used a appointment label. Sorry, I used an appointment label and a cookie sticker co girl crying to note that the house that I really wanted got sold before we could even view it. I was so upset by it, but yeah. Then I used a rounded off half box that was glittered and a fox and cactus girl on a computer sweating to note that I was finishing my essays and uploading them, so it was just stressful. Then I used a rounded off half box and a sugary girl shop girl meal prepping to note that I cooked my lunch, which was chicken and rice. Then I used another glittered fancy label and a sugary girl shop girl like doing work at night to know I was doing more essays into the night. On to Tuesday, at the top I used a fancy label and a stick with a plank girl in bed tired to note that I woke up early. I think I woke up earlier than I should have, which is why I noted it. Then I used a thin appointment label or a washi strip, one of those two. I think I ended up changing it around because that's not what's in my planner. But yeah, with the thin strip of something that I used, I put a munchkin on a laptop. I think it was from a freebie from the SBC kit to note that I finished my essay and I uploaded it, the second one. Then I used an fancy label and a also paper girl like cut down to fit and a work script from Simply a Mess to note that once again I went to work. Then under that I used a thin appointment label and a grocery bag sticker. I think it's from Sweet Queer Design to note that I did a food shop after work. So yeah, I was trying to figure out what fit was going to fit because there was no, sorry my belly, there was no day extender on this day because I put the base down before the week had happened. Don't do that, guys, it's not good. And then I used I was trying to do some layering because I was running out of boxes already. So I used a bow from the kits and I used a foil car from GP Studio in rose gold, and I used an edit script from I think it was Sparrow Design Paper Co. to note that I was editing in my car. I was not doing editing, I was really doing a voiceover, but yeah. Then I used a rounded off quarter box and a couple's emoji to note that I went to visit Bay. The reason I was in my car because he hadn't finished work, so I was waiting for him. Then I used a thin appointment label and a munchkin couple watching TV to note that we binge watched Supernatural. Then I used a thin bit of washi and a house icon from GP Studio to note that we were doing some more house searching since, the one that we wanted was sold. On to Wednesday. In the top of the day extender, I used I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, in the top of the day extender, I used an appointment label and a GP Studio girl with like money to note that it was payday. Then I used a washi strip, or maybe it was a header, I don't remember. And in the middle of I think it was a header, and I covered the text with a sticker with a Planco girl planning sticker. To note that I was planning, I think I was planning in my like daily planner. I was back planning because I hadn't been up to date. Then I used a thin strip of washi, a thin appointment label, and a laptop sticker from like a leftover to note that I was filling out a survey. Then I used a rounded off quarter box and a like Happy Meal icon from GP Studio to note that I got my wedding shoes. Then I stacked up some leftover glitter headers. I think this is from also a GP Studio kit to note that I had bills, so I used a Sugary Girl Shop Girl sticker that said bills is bills because all my bills usually come out on my payday, even though I don't have to actually pay, but seeing the change in money so quickly, I wanted to know. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm hungry, my belly's rumbling. On to the middle bit, I used a rounded off, I wouldn't say it's a quarter box, it's quite small, and I used a freebie from a shop that I do not recall with a cat laying in stickers to note that I did my sticker shop for the month. Then I used a thin appointment label and a munchkin therapy sticker to note that we had our second couples premarital therapy. Then we used a rounded off quarter box and a stickers by Ron Dog Girl on a laptop to note that I edited and uploaded some videos. Then I used a thin appointment label and a Fox and Cactus girl on the phone to note that I spoke to a mortgage broker. Then I used an appointment label and a couple's munchkin sticker to note that I spoke to my fiance on the phone after speaking to the mortgage broker to tell him what the conversation was about. Then I used a thin appointment label and a munchkin meal prepping to note that I was frying like some food. Then I used a leftover little thing from Glam Planner and a emoji in bed binge watching to note that I did a YouTube binge. Then at the bottom I used a thin appointment label and a laptop icon to note that I was doing training that I had to do for work. On to Thursday, at the top I used one of those small boxes from GP Studio and a stick with the Planco girl, like just so tired because I woke up earlier than I should have, I believe. Then I used a squared off quarter box with a munchkin occupation sticker, the teacher one of course, and a work script from leftover to notes work again. Then I used a rounded off, I know why I woke up early because I needed to get petrol. Then I used a rounded off quarter box and a gas sticker from Naomi Love Designs, I believe, to note that I went to get petrol. So that's why I woke up earlier so I could go get petrol before I went to work. Then into the day extender, I used another one of those Glam Planner little things and a side-eye girl from Fox and Cactus to note that I was annoyed something or someone annoyed me. I think it was someone, but let's not talk about that. Then I used a squared off quarter box and a crafty munchkin to note that in school we were doing arts and crafts with the kids because it was the last couple of days. Then I used a rounded off quarter box and a present icon to note that I got a gift from one of the kids, which I was excited about. And then I used a glittered fancy label and a Peyton studies sticker with loads of books around her to note that I wasn't studying, I was sorting out the books and like arranging it for the different classes. So I thought that was the best sticker to pick that, and I could use a big sticker. I haven't been able to use these big stickers much. Then I used a half box that I think I cut down to fit in the space, and a Panda Bear Design laptop girl to note that I did some more of my work training. I think I finished it. Then into the bottom of the day, I used two stacked little things or washi strips, which are obviously not the same colour again, because to me green is green, so I didn't really mind it. And then I used a Munchkin binge watching in bed to note that I did another YouTube binge. Then I used one of those small GP Studio boxes again, and a Munchkin pulling out stickers to note that I was pulling out stickers, preparing for my plan with me. Then at the bottom, I used a fancy label, a glittered fancy label, and a patent plan sticker from Goldman and Coco, and a plan script I think was left over from Panda Bear Design to note that I did some more planning in my daily planner as I was pulling out stickers, I guess. On to Friday. At the top, I used a round of Cocoa Box and a happy Potter gal from, I don't remember the shop, I never do, it's for a freebie. And then I ended up using a work script at the end, but to note that it was the last day of work, which is why I was happy. Then I used a thin appointment label and a Fox and Cactus girl, looking happy, to note that it was just a chill day. And then I used a Spanish appointment label. I used a Glam Planner appointment label and a laptop sticker to note that I was doing some Spanish display stuff. Then I used a thin appointment label and a crying munchkin to note that we were saying goodbye to some of the staff who were leaving. Then I used a fancy label and this 1 in a million SBC sticker to note that it was the last day and we were saying bye to the kids. Then I used a half box, like a patterned half box that I cut down to fit in the space, and I used a munchkin binge watching in bed to note that I did another YouTube binge. In the day extender at the top, I used a half box, and then I used a Fox and Cactus cat FaceTime to note that I was having a video call with my sister-in-law to be. Then I used these I think headers. These two today headers, yep. And then in the middle, I used a sale sticker from Want More with Love to note that it was the Black-owned sticker shop United sale, which I did shop at. And then I used a glittered fancy label and a Netflix sticker from Fantasy Design Store to note that I watched Candy Jar. Then I used a today header and a orange washi strip with a Simply a Mess Sleeping Girl and a Nap Queen script from like a freebie, which I don't know what the shop was from, to note that I just fell asleep. It was like at 9 o'clock and I fell asleep and I woke up the next day. I don't even remember how it happened, so I needed to note that. On to Saturday. At the top, I used a half box that I cut down and a paper shire nana to note that it was a lazy morning for me. Then I used a squared of quarter box and a Happy Meal icon from the kit to note that I got my wedding jewelry. Then I used a small box from SBC and a Sigrid Blanco Gal cooking to note that I made some breakfast. Then I used a thin appointment label and a munch emoji binge watching to note that I did a YouTube binge. Then I used a little thing and Fox and Cactus Girl shaving to note that I shaved because it was getting hot again, so my legs will be out. Then under that, I used a appointment label and a house. I don't know if you can see it. Sorry about that. Yeah, you can see it. A house sticker from a freebie that I cut up to note that we did our first house viewing. Then under that, I used two stacked washi strips and a house icon from the kit to note that we had another viewing. Then I used a fancy a patterned half box that I cut down into a third box, and a couple's nana sticker from Paper Shire to note that. I went to Bay's house. We were together anyways, but I was with him, which you wanted to know that. Then I used two random washi strips / headers, and I stacked them. They were both pink, but nowhere near the same colour. One was glittered, one wasn't, but it worked. I can't really see it anymore. So anyways, then I used this Fox and Cactus grocery gal, and then I used a grocery script that was left over from a kit that I don't recall to note that I went to do some shopping. And then I used this little thing, and I used the Want More Love Munchkin with a knife and fork to note that we got Rackham's Kitchen. Then I used a thin appointment label and a couple binge watching to note that we watched Supernatural. And then two munchkin couples in bed to note that I'd be watching Fight Club, and I was falling asleep because that's all I do now, fall asleep. On to Sunday. That was quick. We're on Sunday already. I used this appointment label, I think it was from Planet Kate, and a munchkin in bed to note that I woke up early. Then I used this leftover appointment label from a kit. I think it was from a horizontal kit, which was why it was too big, but I cut it down and tried to make it fit. And I used a Nana, like eating junk food, to note that I ate my leftovers for breakfast. Then I used a thin appointment label and a YouTube play button icon from Stella Bow Sticker Co. to note that I was having another YouTube binge. Then into the day extender, I used another appointment label type sticker from Planet Kate, I believe, and I used a Naomi Love Designs doing their hair to know I took out my hair. Then I used a appointment label and a patent clean sticker to note that after I did that I cleaned my room. Sorry that you can't see it. Then into the day extender, I used two to-do headers stacked up, and I used a Sugary Gal Shop Wash Your Hair Gal to note that I washed my hair. Then I used a patterned half box and a sticker from I'm not sure where this planning time sticker from. It was a freebie. And then and a planning time script. I don't know if I did it now. I think I added my scripts later, but to note that I filmed the plan with me. And then I used a appointment fancy label and a Sugary Gal Shop Girl binge watching to note that I binge watched I think it was Boy Meets World. Then I used a fancy appointment label and an edit icon from GB Studio to note that I edited and uploaded. Well, I edited, but I never got the chance to upload because it took so long to even just download. So I was not able to upload it, but I did edit it. Then I used a rounded off quarter box and a Sugary Gal Shop Girl meal prepping to note that I meal prepped some lasagna, like really late at night actually. So that was the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this plan with me. As usual, I am going to show you guys a little bit of a wiggle with all that foil, and then show you the day extenders in effect and what else is left in the kit. There wasn't a lot left, but I had to pull out a lot of boxes for this kit, which I'm quite used to because I seem to have a lot to note since I'm doing this memory planning. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and share it with anyone you think would be interested. And yeah, I shall see you in the next video. Bye guys.